The Basement Show. I'm your host, LaTisha Taylor. Today we have a special guest, Bryson Brown with WireNuts Electrical Solutions.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, everybody, nice to meet you. And I'm here. We're gonna get this thing on and popping.
All right, Mr. Brown, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you.
What you
So, what made you decide to be a master electrician?
got? That's a great question. Well, when I was coming up as a young boy, I remember for Christmas, I would destroy all of my Christmas gifts. I just used to always tear them apart just to see what they was made about on the inside.
Okay.
And lo and behold, another 22 years later, I was about 22 years old, and I decided to go to Rankin Technical College. And on the administration papers, it was like, "What do you want to go to technical college for?" It was like plumbers and mechanics and HVAC. I mean, it was a plethora of different professions to choose from. I just wanted to do something that I didn't normally do. I would work on my cars. I would change out sink faucets and things like that. But the electrician thing just kind of stood out to me. So I just kind of went for it, not really knowing what to expect. I had no prior history with electronics or anything like that. But once I did choose it to go through with that program, I realized that it was heavily math dependent, and I love math.
Okay.
And so that was one of the good points about it, and it's been on and nothing, all things electric ever since.
Nice. That's great to hear. Glad to hear.
Good.
What led you to where you are now? That led you to their success?
Success is in the eyes or the hearts of the beholder. Um, what led me to where I am now? Where am I? I guess I'm sitting on your show doing an interview. Um, I guess what led me to this point today is the support and the encouragement that we get from the community around us, that makes me feel like we're out here doing a great service, a good service for the people.
Okay, great answer. How long have you been in the business and how many years of experience do you have in the industry?
I've been in business for myself with WireNuts Electrical Solutions. We was formed in 2022, January 1st, 2022. So I've been in business technically 2 years. I've been in the industry since 2008. After I graduated from Rankin Technical College, I've had various jobs, doing apartment maintenance and building maintenance, and even commercial electric. I worked for other licensed electrical firms. I've done commercial electric in various aspects. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Nice. What about your business fuels your passion?
What about the business? You know, the 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 smile from the customers once at the end of the project, once the projects are complete and the lights come on and they pass and we pass inspection, the homeowners are relieved. They get to actually enjoy their home that is probably taking them months, maybe even years to complete this project, and to see the smile on their face, the happiness, the joy in their eyes when the lights come on and they get that much closer to occupying they place of residence. You know, that is really a joy for me. And then I tell you, I'll be honest with you too. Um, you know, we we have to stay in business, so we have to charge a premium price. But So sometimes not everybody can afford you know, cookie cutter prices. So um we do discount, you know, work sometimes for people who or families who can't really afford the prices. For elders, um, maybe a mom with multiple children that need things done around the house that can't necessarily, you know, afford it. I like to call it our charity. I like to call it our give back. You know, we will bend those prices so that people can get things done and live in a more cleaner, safer environment.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. What is one thing that sets your business aside from other competitors?
I think our commitment to the community, um, our commitment to North County, our commitment to the state of Missouri, our commitment to all of our clients, whether they're in the state of Missouri or Illinois, anybody that we really deal with, you know, we need the money. Don't get me wrong, but money is not everything. A lot of times the relationships that we build with people, even through doing discounting work at times, I believe that those relationships are everything.
I truly get that.
Yeah.
What is one mistake many consumers make in your industry, or one tip you would give for people looking for service?
Um, Hire a professional. We work in the electrical industry, and it electricity is a silent killer. It's a lot of people that's displaced from their homes every year because they let somebody unlicensed, unqualified do electrical wiring around their house, and things happen. Fires happen, you know, unforeseen things happen. People lose their lives due to electrocution and all kind of things. If you're gonna have some electrical work done, let let a qualified, a licensed electrician do it. Qualified licensed electricians are going to take special care in the installation of circuits and devices and make sure that they're properly sized to the breakers and the wires that the devices will be using to reduce the chances of fire and electrocution.
Tell me a time when you really felt like you really helped a client.
Oh, we had a lady that was new to the area. She was new to the St. Louis, Missouri area. I think she moved here from North Carolina. I think that's where she was from. She moved from North Carolina. She bought her big old beautiful house out here in Old Ferguson. And man, I really want to say like the first week. I can't really remember her story or the whole journey, but I don't think she even had finished unpacking after she closed on the house. I think we were like the first call she made, or second, or not far thereafter. She needed an electrician. Her lights had stopped working. Stuff. It was just crazy. And so her particular situation was the homeowner, previous homeowner, had done a lot of electrical wiring himself. Then things were covered up with drywall. The circuits made absolutely, positively no sense. You shut off a breaker, things on the first floor, second floor, that whole half of the house stuff, you know, was just going out. Stuff that shouldn't even been going out. You had stuff with the kitchen, lighting with the kitchen and the sitting room off to the side. It was all on the same circuit. It just stuff didn't make no sense. And I mean like kitchen outlets. So stuff didn't make no sense at all. But anyway, after a long story, what I told her is that she needed that stuff separated. And so we was coming up with a plan on how we could separate the stuff. by not being this whole big massive knock the house down and rebuild it type of project. So we come over the next day. Um, we was getting ready to cut holes in the wall and try to fish new lines up from the basement to try to re-energize the kitchen and take and separate the kitchen from the other living rooms of the house. And I think we started somewhere in the garage. And in that garage, we found the issue. The issue was they had a metal box, and the metal box they had the old knob and tube wires going through the metal box, and the metal box clamp was putting pressure on the two wires, the hot and the neutral. And it caused a direct short, and we couldn't find, because just looking at it, it looked perfectly fine. So it wasn't up until we actually opened the top, popped the cover off of that thing, and we saw on the inside where the lines had literally disconnected inside due to the arcing and everything. We fixed that, got her a new line, ran her a new line up for that, re-energized everything, discontinued the old knob and tube lines. She's had no problems ever since.
Nice. Great. That's great to hear. Great story. Tell me the process. No, how has technology changed or affected your business?
Well, technology in electrical contracting is it's a very big thing. Technology change. I guess we can even just start with internet access, phone and internet access. Um, we need to know how to install data lines. Cat 6, Cat 5, Cat 6, that is heavily prevalent, installation throughout everywhere. Um, the technology of EV cars, electric vehicles. We need to know how to properly size and install circuits for those. Energy management systems. We need to know how to properly install an energy management system into your main panel so that you can track and see uh, the energy consumption and usage per circuit in some cases, in a lot of cases. Smart home devices. We have to learn how to install inline water shutoffs. WireNuts Electrical. WireNuts Electrical. All right. Smart home devices, light fixtures. We have to know when to install the surge protectors. It's a lot of new technology that's coming out nowadays that we have to know how to install. But there is some technology um, that the electrical code is pretty much forcing upon the people doing new installations, like ground fault breakers, arc fault breakers, are two things to be aware of. The code nowadays, they're trying to make things a little safer, so that does drastically increase the price and value of the service of getting these electrical uh, remodels done.
Gotcha. Understood. That's great. Great. Tell me the process for someone decides to work with you. For when someone decides to work with you.
You mean like employee or customer?
Mm-hmm.
The process for when a customer wants to work with us is we have to understand the vision. We have to understand the customers' plan, their expectations of what they want, and it's it's our duty to inform them on what it's going to take to get that end result. A lot of customers don't believe in opening up walls. Well, if you're doing things like can lights, you have to open up. You have to open up the ceilings. You have to open up these things. We have to get in there and nail on mounting brackets and plates and things in there, and that stuff. You just can't get the stuff behind the wall with osmosis. Can we how can we pull lines behind the walls? If we can find a channel, but the channel only goes one direction, it goes up and down. If we got to go sideways, we have to open up the wall. So we have to let the customers know. The customer has to be willing to understand the process and have the funds, available to complete the process. Whether that's drywall repairs, paint, siding, anything. I mean, sometimes storms come through. We have to do storm repairs. So that's something that the customer needs to be informed of. Because when we do a project, we for sure like to leave a project in a better condition than what we came in. So, yeah.
Great here. What is one big challenge you have had to overcome?
What is one big challenge that I had to overcome? Personally, company wise, is doing work in different areas. Different areas, different jurisdictions, they have a different requirements and ways of doing things. And we try to take the best practices that collectively we collect through St. Louis City, St. Louis County, Baldwin, even some of these, don't matter. Whatever the best practice is, that's what we like to take with us. But even still, sometimes, we go into these uncharted territories and they do things a little bit differently. And, it causes, it prolongs the process a little bit just trying to get caught up to their standards. But we always responsible. So if we go somewhere, we do something that they don't do, in a specific jurisdiction, then we'll change it to suit their needs for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Okay, and what's a favorite quote or your business mission statement?
You know what?
If
it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Okay.
No. You know what? We need a mission statement.
I thought you made
Or a quote.
Or a quote. WireNuts.
Well, that's one you gotta work on. That question. Question 12. Because they're gonna ask that one. Okay. What is one major objection people have been considering your service, and how do they overcome it?
I think the only objection that I generally have with customers or potential customers is pricing. Because just the world we're living in today, everything is getting more and more expensive every 5 seconds. So the pricing is not always favorable by everyone. Okay. Some people means to financial currency is a little different. So we do have some contractors, some people who are always they trying to budget shop or budget spend or whatever, which is not always conducive to what they want and what it's going to take us to get it. At the end of the day, we are a for-profit business, and even though we try to give some of the greatest deals around, there are just some corners we can't cut. Just to be a licensed person, and just to provide the level of quality and warranty to our customers that they deserve. All of that stuff comes at a price. My crew, they get paid by the hour. We have a large overhead. We have multiple vans that we have to keep running. The maintenance for things. We have to keep the lights on. We have to be able to afford material. We have to be able to keep afford insurance and licenses. These things never stop. So we have to make a profit. At the end of the day, we're not trying to get rich off of one customer, you know. So the I believe our prices are as really as fair as can be. Now, granted, is it somebody else out here who's doing work for a more affordable price? I'm pretty sure there are, right? And it's different strokes for different folks. They overhead may be different. It may be one guy that's only got to look out for him and himself.
Yeah.
But we're trying to employ people. We are looking to employ people. So we have a bigger overhead, and we have to fill that overhead in order for us to grow.
Okay, gotcha. What do you get the most satisfaction from doing with your business?
I think I get the most satisfaction from feeling like we're growing. I get the most satisfaction from communicating with my peers, with other clients, with other businesses, networking, giving us the opportunity to show up and show out and put the name WireNuts on the map and try to make a name for ourselves. We here for the long haul. This is not a fly by night operation.
Okay. How do you and your company contribute to the community?
Oh, we contribute by giving back, by charitable events. I guess I can't say events, but charitable actions of giving back, of trying to find means of employment for people who may just need a couple dollars. Sometimes it's not a permanent fix, but man, if we could just put $50 or something in somebody's pocket for just sweeping or taking up some trash or helping out, maybe that $50 may help that person. It may buy dinner for a family or something, anything. You know what I mean? I mean, we're not super big, but we do try to give back where we can.
Nice. That's very nice. Great to hear. What do you do for fun in St. Louis, personally?
What do I do for fun? I'm a business owner. I don't have no fun. That's a good question. What do I do for fun? Shit. Ride around, drinking, smoking weed.
Wait, not putting that.
Let's say you travel a bit.
Yeah, I guess.
You eat a bit.
I like to travel. I like to eat. And I like to spend money on very expensive things.
Let's say you like to go experience your backyard. You go take a few trips. You go and you eat all the best delicacies.
You know what? Y'all need to write me down some answers.
You right, we will, because you got some long answers, and you got less than 30 minutes.
How long is this segment?
Less than 30 minutes. You got
28 minutes.
Yeah, 28 minutes.
So we got about 20 minutes worth of questions. So where are we at now? I don't think we've been here for 20
got
minutes.
two more questions. And it's, what is your personal hobby or passions outside of work?
You at 24.
Oh, we got plenty of time. My personal hobbies and passions. My personal passions is probably gonna be my kids. Personally, I have a passion for my religious beliefs and things of that nature, and goodwill. And don't y'all be looking at me like that. I praise the Lord every chance I get. And without God, there is no us. And without us, there is no God. So, you know, we just try to keep on with that and
Let's
keep
not
on
say these
keeping on.
things on air.
Yeah. All right. Are you looking to expand your employee or team?
I am actually. We're looking for what is it that we're looking for? We're looking for a whole board.
Bryson, come on. Ask me the next question.
That is the last question.
Right now, we're looking for board members. Any of y'all want to be a board member? We need presidents, vice presidents.
Right
CEO.
now, we are looking for employees that will be out in the field. We need the techs. We need a project manager that will find us jobs. That's
and
what you
we
need.
need.
That's what we need. We don't need the board yet. We need. We don't need to build the board outside of us yet.
We need people that's gonna help us bring in some income.
And then it'll be fun questions. He's gonna say, recite your favorite quote or line from a movie, and then he's gonna say, share your favorite moment in the St. Louis.
Yeah, Bryson, you got a personality? You got a favorite quote from a favorite movie? You got a favorite movie?
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a person.
What is that movie? Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You didn't even say no line. How you going? You can't be making things up for him.
That's his movie.
He didn't have a movie.
That's his favorite
What's
movie.
the line then?
Dang, Jasmine, stop pressuring me. A Royale with cheese. That's the only part I can think about.
Then it's gonna say your favorite motivational quote. What advice would you give to those around you?
My favorite motivational quote is, "I'm blessed," because indeed I truly am. You know, I do look around and see that there's a lot of people that's a lot less fortunate than me. So, I guess the one thing is accepting that and understanding that, you know, that I am truly blessed. So that'll be my motivation. And then what's the other question?
What advice would you give those around you?
The advice that I would give others around me is live out your dreams. Be who you are on the inside, and don't let nobody stop you from, you know, whatever you want to do. You may have to leave this state or leave your community in order to find another community that's going to help you support your dreams. But it is vital to your life cycle that you live out who you are. And not everybody is meant to be a leader, but you have to be committed to something. You have to be committed to something. You have to be faithful to something. Why not be faithful to your own self and your own dreams?
Great. That's really great to hear. Well, I do thank you for being on the Basement Show with LaTisha. We were glad to have you, and we will see you again, hopefully, next time.
Some of these questions and answers, if you don't have to write out the whole answer, but if you